Kfi Power. To protect your home or your business from the next power outage and all the ones after that, go to DefiPower.com, DefiPower.com.
Hello?
Hi, Tiffany. I'm a helpful Southern California Honda person, and I'm calling to give you a random act of helpfulness.
Really?
Yeah, we heard you could use our help decorating for the holidays.
Well, my daughter, she's been fighting cancer for the past 2 years because of her immune system. She hasn't really been able to see the Christmas lights. Bringing the festivities to her, I think it would just lift her spirits and make her feel special.
Well, Honda would like to help. We're going to get your house all decorated for your daughter.
She's gonna love it. Oh my gosh.
Today, we help the family get in the holiday spirit. And we can help you too, with great deals on select certified pre-owned Hondas, like 0.99% APR financing and 24/7 roadside assistance. Visit SoCalHondaDealers.com to find a helpful Honda dealer near you. Below qualified buyers on approved credit through Honda Financial Services. Roadside assistance available for the duration of the certified pre-owned limited warranty. Tiffany is a real person and was paid to be on the radio.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually
EPI.
exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your fluids.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Want a new set of wheels without spending hours at car dealerships? Download the Roto app. That's R-O-D-O. You can browse thousands of vehicles from your phone, buy a car in minutes, and even have it delivered. Plus, Roto finds every discount available, so you know you're always getting the best price, with no hidden fees. Listen, if you're ready to buy a car, make it easy on yourself and go with Roto. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com. For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
The pandemic is forging important changes across health and science. On Breakthrough, a new series from the Prognosis podcast, we look at the medical mysteries and the opportunities COVID is leaving in its wake, from the new condition doctors are trying to understand and treat, to how mRNA technology promises to revolutionize the fight against diseases like cancer and multiple sclerosis. Listen to Prognosis Breakthrough on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We know you listen to KFI, but when it's that time of year, you can hear your favorite Christmas music right now on the official holiday music station, Coast 103.5. All your favorite holiday songs. Coast 103.5, your home for the holidays.
103.5 KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. KFI, Gene Sharp, the House Whisperer, with you this morning, as I am every Saturday morning from 6 to 8. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Hey, I want to hear what's going on with your home today. So coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to go to the phones, as is our custom. The lines are open now, so now's your chance. Give us a call, jump into the queue. The number to reach me at 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the numeral 2, Ask Dean. All right. Oh, here's some exciting update news for you. Our 11th annual Pastathon is not over yet. Today is the final day of Pastathon. But not yet. Not yet. Not till end of day.
and you still have time to get involved if you haven't already. In fact, we want you to. We need you to. It's been a great year. As of 10 p.m. last night, we are at $760,127 donated, 66,915 pounds of pasta and sauce. We are so close to beating last year's numbers, which, I mean, we're just under last year's numbers, but you know what, that we cannot allow that to happen.
It's really amazing.
It is amazing. But we got to get the rest of that way.
Yeah,
we got to get over the top. So please help us and help Katerina's Club provide 25,000 meals to children in need every week across Southern California. How do you help? You go to pastathon.com and donate. You can do that right now. Through Sunday night, stop into any Smart & Final store in California, Arizona, or Nevada. Donate $10 or more at checkout, and that will provide 14 meals to kids, courtesy of Barilla Pasta. 100% of your donation goes to Katerina's Club to help kids right here in Southern California. So please, this is the last couple of days of Pastathon. Do not hold back. Take us over the top. All right. Okay. Job site safety and setup. Let's talk about liability. Liability is, you know, it is a litigious world. But it's an important thing for us all to be aware of. The liabilities that you encounter when you start a project on your home and have total strangers walking through, holding, heavy equipment and dangerous machinery and doing things to your house, basically going under the knife, surgically, as it were. Very first thing that you always have to do when you are dealing with setting up a job site, setting up a project, is in terms of your contractors, you want to do a license check. You want to make sure that the contractor that you're working with has all of their ducks in a row. Beyond just what they say, verify it out. The simple way to do a license check in California is to go to the California State License Board website, which is cslb.ca.gov. cslb.ca.gov. You will go to the homepage there, and you will check a license. You can search by name or by number or what have you. You want to make sure everything is in good working order in regards to licenses, bonds, issues. It's all there for you to check out. Second thing is general liability insurance. Every licensed contractor in the state of California is required to carry general liability insurance for their work. You want to make sure that insurance is up and active. And how do you do that? You demand before contracts are signed that your contractor issue or have issued to you, and these days it's automatic. I mean, it used to be, back in the day, that's when I started the contracting business. It used to be, you had to make a call to your liability insurance company, and they would ask you for a mailing address of your client, and then we'd have to wait 3 or 4 days for certificates to show up. Or if they had a fax machine, we could do it quicker that way. Nowadays, boom, it's just going to happen likely same day via email. But you want a certificate with them on it, or I should say with you on it. I'm talking from the contractor's perspective here. You are requesting a general liability insurance certificate with your job site, your home, your name on it, certified with you listed. General liability insurance, most contractors have $1 million worth. I think that still, I think, is the minimum for the state. $1 million per occurrence, sometimes $2 million aggregate. But you just want to look into it, make sure that there's general liability insurance. Now, we'll talk about how your homeowner's policy leads into this in a second, but just know, don't allow any contractor to tell you, oh, your homeowner's insurance covers everything that's here, so, we don't worry about that, we're not going to charge you that extra cost. No! No. General liability insurance from your contractor. Also, if it's not a single individual, like a handy person handling the whole work, if there are other people on site who work for your general contractor, then you also want a certificate from his workers' compensation insurance company. I cannot tell you how important it is for you as a homeowner ahead of time to have in your hot little hand certificates of general liability and workers' compensation insurance from your contractor who has an active and healthy contractor's license that you've verified at the CSLP. Okay, there you go. So, now the question. Homeowners' policies. As a homeowner, you've got certain legal responsibilities over the safety of people that you welcome onto your property. It's called premises liability, this responsibility. It extends to workers like landscapers and babysitters and contractors, repairmen, housekeepers, all fall under your premises liability policy. Somebody who enters your home for your own purposes or benefits, such as a worker that you hire to perform a service on your property, is legally classified as an invitee. This is what insurance companies talk about as the highest level of property visitor and the person to whom you owe the most duty of care. Getting that vibe? Okay. If you've exercised control over the project, such as performing tasks usually assigned to a general contractor, you can actually end up absorbing greater liability for accidents and injuries. This is a weird thing. The more you exercise control over your project, the more you are directly liable for things that happen on your job site. If you take an entire hands-off approach, your liability for what happens on your job site drops. Most homeowners don't realize that. And most contractors would welcome homeowners taking a hands-off approach. Now, I'm not talking about oversight. I'm not talking about checking the quality of the work. I'm talking about daily stuff like, oh, don't worry, Bob, I'll sweep up here at the end of the day. No. Their job. You stand by. Let these people serve you. Not only is it better for you, better for your project, better for raising the bar for your contractor, but it actually lowers your liability. Okay, we're just scratching the surface here. When we come back, why don't we go to the phone? And then we will continue our conversation on job site safety and setup. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Brian Baruman has the news.
Well, the parents of the alleged Oxford high school shooter have been arrested. James and Jennifer Crumbly were found hiding in the basement of a building in East Detroit. Detroit Police Chief James White says they didn't break in. Somebody let them in.
No one else is in custody yet, but we are working an angle on one other person that may have been assisting us.
The Crumblies are charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Their 15-year-old son Ethan allegedly killed 4 students and hurt 7 others with a gun the Crumblies bought for him on Black Friday. The parents disappeared after the charges were announced. News brought to you by Duffy Power Services. The DEA says it has seized a large number of drugs during the 2-year operation on Skid Row. Special Agent Michael Davis says they grabbed more than 46,000 fentanyl pills.
These are counterfeit pills. These are pills that the cartels in Mexico are producing to look like legitimate pharmaceutical pills.
Davis says they also seized 857 pounds of meth, 5 pounds of heroin, 1 kilo of fentanyl powder, and 6 guns. Agent Davis says the cartels are specifically targeting the homeless. Federal investigators have connected an 11-minute video taken during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol to a man from Orange County. Michael McCormick has been arrested on federal charges for unlawful entry, disorderly conduct, and demonstrating in a restricted government building. Nearly 700 people so far have been arrested in connection with the attack. NASA is scheduled to launch a new mission tomorrow that uses lasers to speed up communications between spacecraft and points on Earth.
These are in the near infrared, so their wavelength is about a micron, 1.5 micrometers or so. And so that wavelength is specifically chosen for eye safety.
Jason Mitchell is leading the mission. He says radio waves are currently used to send data. It takes about a minute to send 10 high-res photos, but with lasers, it'll be closer to 100 per minute. We're looking at a crash on the 405.
In Culver City on the southbound side of the 405 before Venice Boulevard, it's the carpool and 3 left lanes that are shut down. You're jammed all the way back to Olympic. Passaic on the northbound side of the 5 at Templin Highway, just before Templin. Crash here with a big rig involved. Was on fire earlier. They're cleaning everything up. 2 right lanes shut down. You're back just from Lake Hughes. And the big problems continue in the Cajon Pass, northbound 15, just past the 138. Multiple crashes there have had all lanes blocked. You're back just before Cleghorn. And the fatal crash investigation on the southbound 15 through this area just before Main Street has all lanes shut down as well. Janda, but Bear Valley Road, KFI in the Sky Hub, gets there faster. Bucky.
Build your dream kitchen. Congratulations. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to make all the mistakes that the old kitchen guys made. That's why you're tearing that one out. You also don't want to make a whole set of brand new ones. What does that mean? It means you need professional help. You need the wisdom and the expertise of a true kitchen designer. You're going to get that with a totally free in-showroom consult at the kitchen store. You're also going to get flooded with inspiration in the Kitchen Store's 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom. They are right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, the Kitchen Store is the best place for kitchen cabinets in all of SoCal. State-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing, no payments, no interest for a full year, pricing that beats the big box center. So, start your new kitchen right. Set up your free consult by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN. And check out the Kitchen Store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Southland weather from KFI. There's a dense fog alert in the IE and Orange County in the inland area. It's going to be lasting until 9 o'clock this morning. Upper 50s to mid-60s at the beaches, mid to upper 60s in Metro LA and OC, mostly sunny, mid-60s to low 70s in the inland valleys, and upper 60s to mid-70s in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Baruman.
No one tries to be unsafe online, but during the holidays, when you give up info and privacy, you may give up safety too.
Accept cookies to get holiday cookies? Okay.
Norton 360 with LifeLock helps keep your digital world merry and bright with device security, a VPN for privacy, identity theft protection, and more. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can opt in to cyber safety. Visit norton.com/join and save 25% or more off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hope, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
The KFI Pastathon is happening right now. Head into any Smart & Final in California, Arizona, or Nevada to donate. Or go to pastathon.com. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You are home with Dean Sharp. That's me, the House Whisperer. Good Saturday morning to you. We're having a conversation about job site setup and safety. But right now, as is our custom, it's time to find out what's going on with your home. Let us go to the phones. By the way, the number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833, the numeral 2. Ask Dean. Ron, welcome home, my friend.
We live in San Diego, and we have a house that's more than 40 years old. My back door patio facing the south. So every time there's a rainstorm, the wind and the rain, somehow the water starts seeping in. It's still the old original aluminum door, sliding door. It's about 8 feet wide, and half of it is fixed, the other half is sliding. So if I change it to, I don't know, vinyl or fiberglass, which one would seal better, a sliding door or a hinged door?
It's a really good question. So, Ron, let me ask you, when you say that wind and water is getting in, let's just talk about water, because of the two, that's the more damaging. Is it coming in underneath the frame of the door? Where is the water getting in?
Well, I think it goes through the sliding part of the door, and it starts accumulating in that little trough, the rollerway, and then when there's more of it, it started to go into my floor, my carpet.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. So the reason I was asking, because there's two ways that a door can, fail in its weather stripping and weatherproofing from the outside. One way is that the way it was installed, like when it was actually placed into the framework of your wall, that it wasn't properly silicone down to the floor. And normally what we detect that way is we see that water is seeping from underneath the frame down at the bottom, not in the trough, but underneath that frame trough, and it's leaking in through the house. And that would be an indication that it's really not the door that's failing as much as the way it was installed, and so that's a whole set of issues in and of itself. But what you're talking about would appear that this old aluminum sliding glass door has just kind of seen its day, and now its weather seals, mold strip, whatever it's got that it attempts to seal itself off on the outside is starting to break down. So there's a two-part answer to your question. Which kind of door, a slider or a hinge door, is going to protect you most from the outdoor elements? The first answer that I want to absolutely underscore with you, so that as a designer, so that you don't have to limit yourself, is that either one will protect you just fine if it's a good quality door and it's installed properly. So that you don't have to be afraid of a hinged door versus a sliding door if it's installed properly and it's a good quality door to start with weather stripping, seals around all sides, and so on. So there's my first part of the answer. The second part of my answer, if I had to, bet the farm on one or the other, then I would probably tell you that the sliding door unit, a good quality sliding door unit, is generally going to be less problematic than a hinged door. Hinged doors really, there's just a lot of issues going on with a door that swings in or out. There has to be weather stripping that gets used and sort of abused in different ways every time the door is opened and closed. There are little gaps. There's areas where there's weather stripping, where the hinges are that may not work quite as well. And then the way that the door swings in against the sealed threshold at the bottom, that will wear and potentially wear and need addressing and attention long before a slider door, which is basically should be a good quality slider door, self-weather strips at the factory, the whole thing. Built in, including that trough at the bottom. That trough at the bottom where the track is should be pitched just right, so that any water that does eventually get down into that track actually drains out to the outside of the house through weep holes and never, ever, ever shows you a bit of moisture inside. So, again, a little bit of a two-parter here, Ron. Number one, have whatever door you want to have there. Because the fact of the matter is, doors, all exterior doors these days, they're designed well, and if they're installed properly, you shouldn't have to lean toward one or the other. But if you really pushed me to it and said, all right, what are my biggest odds, even with an average installation or a below average installation, what are the biggest odds of something leaking? I would have to say it would be the hinged door. larger odds of leaking than a sliding door. So, you know, take that information and use it for what it's worth, Ron. Good luck. You know, it's just an old door. That's really what it comes down to. The house is not falling apart. It's just an old door. So get that replaced, and you should have that problem come to an end. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your call. When we come back, let's take another one, shall we? We shall. You are home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. More of your calls up next. Brian Baruman has them.
Well, health officials say at least 5 people in Northern California are positive for the Omicron variant, and that those cases are all connected to a wedding in Wisconsin. The California Retailers Association is saying that existing laws are not enough to fight away the shoplifting and retail crime in the state. And a newspaper photographer in Oakland was robbed at gunpoint while covering a story there. And we'll have a look at some trouble on the 15 next.
All right, you've been hearing me talk about this. I want to invite you to experience Christmas like never before at Aldic Home. You know, the studio is a little less Christmassy than it's been for the last couple of weeks because our big, beautiful, gorgeous tree has been won by one of our lucky listeners and is now sitting in her home, not here at KFI, which is a good thing. But it's not too late for you. If it's not already your tradition to start the holidays at Aldic, let this year be the first. Aldic is LA's favorite Christmas store for over 60 years. Thousands of ornaments and wreaths and lights, holiday decor of every kind, including their famous artificial tree lot filled with spruce, pine, fir, cloth trees in sizes from 4 feet to 12 feet, many legendary Newman trees, the best trees on the planet, all showstoppers. So are the 45 stunningly decorated trees throughout the entire store. Anyway, you got to get to Aldic. You got to experience for yourself. Best of all, right now, everything 30% off. Lights and collectibles not included. Aldic Home is on Sepulveda in Van Nuys. Celebrate the magic of Christmas. Visit aldichome.com, aldichome.com.
So-far weather from KFI, there's a dense fog advisory in Inland Orange County and the Inland Empire until 9 o'clock this morning. This report brought to you by Indeed.com. And from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. There are multiple crashes on the 15.
Yeah, big problems on the 15. First out, the southbound side through Hysteria. We've got this crash just before Main Street. A fatal crash investigation has had all lanes shut down for several hours now, and that's got you jammed all the way back to Bear Valley Road. Use Highway 395 instead. On the northbound side of the 15, just past the 138, multiple crashes there, and they've had all lanes blocked on the northbound side as well. It looks like they're finally making some progress. The really heavy delays before Clayhorn Road. Culver City on the 405 southbound before Venice Boulevard at the crash in the carpool, and 3 left lanes that has you backed up really strong from Olympic Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Elvis Ducky.
Take the shortcut to your next great hire. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit. This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing because Discover is accepted at 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. Learn more at Discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report limitations apply.
No one tries to be unsafe online, but during the holidays, when you give up info and privacy, you may give up safety too.
Accept cookies to get holiday cookies? Okay!
Norton 360 with LifeLock helps keep your digital world merry and bright with device security, a VPN for privacy, identity theft protection, and more. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can opt in to cyber safety. Visit norton.com/join and save 25% or more off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, but one thing is for sure. Whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer. Contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever, the leading sign of COVID and the flu. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Be vigilant and don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Do you want out of your house for whatever reason? Maybe you're moving or downsizing, there are financial issues, maybe you inherited it.
Selling a home usually needs hours of painting and cleaning and staging. But what if you could sell your home for a fair price without any of that hassle? The buyer never had to walk through your home. You could sell it without an appraisal, no commission, no fees.
What if you could get paid in cash and get it done fast, like in 10 days or less? This is exactly what DirectBuyers.com will do.
DirectBuyers.com is a local family-owned business. They've been around since the mid-'80s. We've talked with the owners, Janet and Matt. Wonderful people. They care about their clients.
You don't want to go to a national call center. These are the people we trust. Do not sell your home until you talk to DirectBuyers.com. See what they can offer you. They will give you an honest, no-obligation offer. They can even get you $15,000 cash advance before closing to help with your move.
They're not going to lowball you. Go to DirectBuyers.com. DirectBuyers.com. 844-242-SELL. That's 844-242-SELL. DirectBuyers.com.
Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy and motivation to popular podcasts and best-selling audiobooks. Right now, take advantage of a special holiday offer and save 60% on your first 3 months. Learn more and sign up at audible.com.
Hey, Simi Valley. Tuesday, December 7th is the grand opening of Catalina Paint Simi, 2050 1st Street. Drop in for a free 20-ounce paint sample and a free brush and meet your new paint experts at Catalina Paint Simi Valley.
Rate subject to change without notice. Certain restrictions and minimum loan amount requirements apply. 60% LTV and 625 score. Subject to credit approval by refinancing or existing loan. Your total finance charges may be higher over the life of the loan. NMLS 3290. Loans made or arranged pursuant to California Financing Law License number 6036970. Equal housing lender.
You asked, play holiday songs. Dash into your home with a brand new sparkly rate. You got a new home loan that's really, really great. In Teleloans you save, your bank account is bright. What fun it is to save with Teleloan Refi. A home loan has no 1.99 rate. Oh, what fun it is to save, call Teleloan today. Lock in a 1.99% fixed rate in APR. That's just 1.99%. Call in Teleloan at 800-918-6200. That's 800-918-6200. 800-918-6200. Or visit Teleloan.com. Teleloan. Borrow smart.
This is your moment. The moment to care for your aging parents or grandparents. To be there to help them when they truly need it. To lend a helping hand, or just a hand to hold. If you have an ailing parent or grandparent, paid family leave can provide you with up to 8 weeks of partial wage replacement to give you the time you need to give them the attention they need. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
I know the weight of the world seems to rest on your shoulders, and sometimes life seems like it's filled only with confusion and chaos. But I assure you, I have a plan for you.
The Jesus Christ Show, tomorrow morning at 6 on Kfi Am supported.
More stimulating talk.
KFI. Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer.
Welcome home. Thanks for joining us on the program. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Olivia's favorite Christmas song. Also mine. For at least the last couple of years. It's either a love it or hate it relationship with this song I've known. People are like, what, are you kidding me? That's the worst song in the world. Well, it kind of is. Which is one of the reasons I love it. And it's adorable. Especially the line where he gets his massage. I don't know why. All right. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're talking about job site setup and safety, how important that is to the practical outworking of your project getting finished. We'll come back to that in just a bit, but we're still taking your calls. So, Sally, welcome home.
I really want to buy a Roomba vacuum cleaner. My problem is I have 3 rescue chihuahuas that are getting older, and I need a vacuum cleaner that will detect accidents.
Ah, yes. The Achilles heel of the robotic vacuum cleaner world.
It would be over. Yes.
Yeah, well, believe me, I have seen, their entire website, I don't want to upset anybody's Saturday morning breakfast or anything like that, but there are entire websites dedicated to showing the results of a Roomba not being able to detect, a little piece of dog poop on the floor, and the resulting stripes that are spread throughout the house. Carry it right off the kitchen floor, right into the rug in the living room, back. That's just the floor. Okay, don't even get started on what you have to do to clean the Roomba out at that point.
Right.
Exactly. So technology is great right up until it's not great at all. Okay. So what's your solution, Sally?
Well, I have a electric broom I use almost daily because my house is a big swallow hairball. But if I had a Roomba, it might save me.
Okay, all right, so here it is. What I'm about to say is not an endorsement because I have not tested this in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that very, very clear. I am not endorsing. This is not a Dean recommended answer. I am simply passing on some information, okay?
Great.
As of this year, Roomba, and there's actually a lot of tech talk about this right now. The Roomba J7 Plus, that is the model. It's going to set you back about, I think best price on it that I'm looking at it online right now. Best price I'm seeing is like about $650. But the Roomba J7 Plus, Roomba claims after years of scatological research that they have, this is a Roomba with machine vision and a built-in AI algorithm capable of identifying and avoiding pet messes of all sorts. So this is not a Roomba that's going to clean the doo-doo. It's just going to swerve around it as a road hazard. So that's their claim, not mine. Their claim, not mine. But yeah, but it's out. Apparently, it's out there. So you can check it out.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sally, if you commit, I absolutely want you to email me or call back and say, Dean, it really works. Or send me a picture of the horror story. Either way, I just want to know. I would really love to get that field tested. And there's no, we're going to use you as our field tester, not me. No.
Okay.
Not here. Okay?
No problem. Yeah.
All right, deal. Thanks, Sally. All right. You know what? Let's dive back into our conversation of job site setup and safety. Good luck for Sally, though. I mean, let's fingers crossed, right? Because all it takes it just takes one. Just what?
It'd be so upsetting to come home and think, oh, the house probably looks really nice.
Yeah, Roomba today. We're on our Roomba schedule today.
Oh, and then just to be...
just to find...
Yeah, a mess.
Just to be able to see everywhere your Roomba has gone.
Oh. I would just stop and try.
You would. Oh, I know you would. I know exactly.
I just turn around and leave the house.
I'm picturing the entire scene right now, and believe me, it's not a good one. All right. I got a couple of minutes here. Let me tell you right now, Dean's secret to making inspectors from the city more prone to giving you an easy time on your projects than not. Okay? First of all, hire a good contractor who does good work. Clear. Because there's no amount of anything else that's going to happen to your inspector that is going to cause them, he or she, to, look the other way when it comes to substandard work. So clearly that. But, inspectors have moods. They see a lot of stuff every single day. They go to a lot of websites, job sites every single day. And so they have to put up with a lot of crap every single day as well. What is my guaranteed best practices for putting your inspector in the right mood when they walk onto your job site? Well, number one, a clean, organized job site. It just speaks to them that somebody is doing something right here, okay? For inspection days especially, everything should be spotless and clean. But number two, my little secret, I've used it for 30-some years now, it has never failed, and that is to have kind of a central HQ location right on the job site, right when the inspector walks in. And what do they see when they walk in? They see a shiny, in good condition metal canister first aid kit hanging on the wall. They see safety notices hanging on the wall right next to it. They see safety equipment hanging on the wall right next to that. A fire extinguisher mounted on the wall right next to the first aid kit. And next to all of that, a pen with the approved plans and a folder with the sealed permit card sitting next to it. So organized, so tight, so neat. It says everything. It sends all the right messages to your city inspector to get them in the right mood to say, you know what? These people are trying their hardest. Because here's the thing. Inspectors are human beings. And they walk onto a job site that they know is kind of just haphazardly, thrown together. And they start to see those gray areas, or they've got to make a judgment call. I guarantee you give them enough inducement to get on your contractor, and they'll start red tagging things and saying, no, fix that, call me back. But if an inspector sees a job site that's tight, clean, well organized, and they get into that area, so they're already thinking, you know what, this contractor's doing their best. They're going the extra mile. This is a well put together job site. So we get into that iffy or gray area. It's not that they're going to compromise their judgment, but they will be far more likely to say, well, you're going to get that handled, right? Yeah, we're going to get that handled right today. There's going to be a far more sense of trust that they will have in your contractor. And as a result, all right, I'm signing you off. Go ahead and sign you off. You just get that handled, and then you'll deal with it next time. Guarantee you, this happens all the time. I have never failed a single job site inspection. Never. In 35 years. So, and that is one of the factors why. All right, more. Setting up your job site, security, liability, safety, all of that. When we return. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. So much more to come. Your home with Reset the Health Report. The 11th Talkathon is here.
Helping Chef Bruno provide over 25,000 meals to hungry kids every week.
All donations go to Federal Trust, feeding children in Southern California.
Donate at talkathon.com.
KOSC HD2.